cascading arpeggios is not a particularly technical term, but it is a really commonly used description for this idea of playing lines using fast descending arpeggio patterns. And this is a really common idea that gets used on so many different instruments in so many different genres. So I've been thinking about how can we adapt these ideas onto bass. So I'm using seventh chords for the purposes of these exercises. Now seventh chords are 4-note chords, so we can think of playing them in 4 different ways, 4 different inversions if you like. So we can start on the root and we can come down by going root, 7th, 5th, 3rd, or we can come down from the 3rd and we can play 3rd, root, 7th, 5th, or we can start on the 5th and we can go 5th, 3rd, root, 7th, or we can start on the 7th and we can go 7th, 5th, 3rd, root. So you can come up with your own exercises using any one of those inversions or combining them. There's 2 ways you can think about these. You can either think about moving kind of position shifting up and down the neck like this, or you can think about playing everything in one position. Now, if you play everything in one position, it's much easier for the left hand, obviously, but there are advantages to kind of shifting these ideas up and down the neck. It really opens up the neck of your bass, and you'll find that there's a lot more kind of possible permutations available to you if you do that. So I would recommend practicing it both ways. So what I demonstrated on the intro was just playing it in one position, which is something like this. So I was just thinking kind of key of C major there. I'm just coming down in descending arpeggio, starting on the root note. So that first arpeggio I played was a C major 7, then B half diminished, just coming down like that. Now, I did that all in just one position on the neck. Now, another way of thinking about that exact same exercise would be to come down it, but position shifting with every single arpeggio. So it'd be something like this. So now let's come up with a variation of that exercise. Let's change the key and let's change the inversion. So if we think about the chord E7, for example, so we've got E, G sharp, B and D, we'll come down starting on the 5th. So we'll go 5th, 3rd, root, 7th. So that's going to be the notes B, G sharp, E, D. Now let's take this as being the key of A major. So we're thinking of E7 as being chord 5 in the key of A major. So we'll take this down through the diatonic arpeggios in the key of A major. So obviously E7, A major, it's a popular key to play on the bass. We have an open E string, we have an open A string, so we can have some fun with this idea by putting the open strings underneath the notes that we're playing. So for example, we could put an open E string under that same line. Or it would work with an open A string as well. It would sound something like this. So yeah, they're just kind of nice creative ideas, and they sound really nice when you use them melodically. And so yeah, it's an exercise, but it's something that you can definitely apply to improvisation. You can apply it to composing as well. You can apply it to arranging. So it's really kind of versatile concept that gets used in a lot of music.